encourage men to make women believe they also deserve less?
It's instilling a relationship dynamic where the woman needs to work to get his validation. She's just not going to get it for just existing and having a vagina. She needs to prove herself.
I mean, I think both sides of the relationship need to prove themselves.
But here's the difference. We don't tell that enough to women. That's the issue.
Test
We
us.
tell women that they're perfect just the way that they are, and that's a lie. We tell men all the time you need to rise to the occasion. We got standards on men, but we don't
True.
put standards on women. No matter how rude, crass, obnoxious they are, how fat they are.
I haven't been here the whole time, so I apologize
Sure.
if this question's been asked before.
Sure.
When you say women deserve less, is that from you or the majority of men, from the world?
I think men need to stop simping on women. I think it's a problem.
From
so
us.
when I say women deserve less, what I mean by that is guys need to kind of go into a relationship and make women earn their validation and resources and everything else that comes with being in a relationship.
So I'm confused how women needing to show their worth equals them deserving less.
Well, the thing is that a lot of women are very entitled and they think, oh, I'm just here. You know, I want you to do X, Y, Z. And I need guys to basically understand their value and make women earn that validation, because the problem is, thanks to social media and dating apps and everything else, women have an abundance of options. And if you're just another sucker that's going to be a nice guy and spend your time, resource, energy on her, you're not going to differentiate yourself. So guys need to kind of go into relationships with little.
Yeah, and also women don't understand that men have basically two options. They see women that they just want to have us with their thing, and then they're women that they actually like. And so these high-rated guys, they can have maybe interest in 10 women they just want to rotate with, but they don't have an interest in 10 women they want to marry. So this is something that most women don't even seem to understand very well, or they're ignorant about it.
A little bit more self-respect and give them less, especially up front.
Okay, so the statement women deserves less is to encourage men to make women believe they also deserve less?
Well, I think it's instilling a relationship dynamic where the woman needs to work to get his validation. She's just not going to get it for just existing and having a.
So they still deserve good things, but only if they are good themselves.
They got to earn it. Yep.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to. I'm all for men treating women nice and, you know, obviously paying for dates, taking them out, committing to them. I'm all for that. But I think that most women simply don't qualify for that because a lot of women have bad habits. A lot of them.
This is called hoflation. So when all the guys are okay with hoes and they're going after hoes, and hoes are not shamed for being hoes, and they're going after all these guys and they're kind of liking it, but then they get dumped and then they really don't like it and they repeat that cycle over and over again. They still think that they have a shot at the 9 guy, at the 10 guy, at the rich guy, because they once were with that guy and he was really sweet to them. No, he just wanted to F you, and that was that. And so now they think, well, you know, I'm a fat bit, but I can get, you know, these 9s, and these rich guy once was with a very rich guy. It's like, no, you can't. And so these 7s or whatever, they're like, well, then I'm gonna date the 5. At least she really likes me, something like that. So this is called hoflation, and this is caused also by the lack of Christianity or the lack of marriage as a principle, because it used to be one guy picks a girl picks a guy, family agrees, they marry, that's that. But now it's like, you know, that 80-20 thing, that's bad.
Rude, obnoxious, masculine. These are things that guys should be looking out for to avoid.
And honestly, it doesn't really matter from a Buddhist kind of point of view, Eastern philosophy point of view. Yeah, it's still kind of bad if society's imbalanced, but you can have peace with it. I just do want to say, it doesn't really matter. Even if you're the worst, ugliest incel, try to learn to meditate, learn to pray, learn to do that kind of thing. Learn to enjoy just laying in bed alone. I prefer that over being with a random woman, so stop crying maybe.
So what qualities...
Like these women over here, for example.
So what qualities...
Like, that's not ladylike behavior to, like, just yell and heckle on the left-hand side.
So what qualities in a woman would make her deserve what you would consider...
Well, I think that's
good
dependent
man?
upon the man. I think, you know, depending on where the guy is and what he's looking for, I think a woman's job is kind of to adhere to his program and get on what he needs done. Because every guy is different, right? On what preferences they have, maybe with the way that she looks versus what she provides to him. But I think that's based on the guy, and it's the woman's job to figure that out.
But do you believe that you should choose your partner as they come, not to change them?
I'm sorry?
Do you believe that you should choose your partner as they come, not to change them?
No, actually, I think you do need to change them to a degree. I think a part of, and the reason why is because, so we live in this gynocentric society that's wired women to think a certain way that doesn't adhere to a good relationship dynamic, right? They're taught, pursue a career, have sex with as many men as you want, be sexually liberated, behave like a man, be masculine, be obnoxious, challenge him. These are things that men are not attracted to, but most men are not honest with what they actually are attracted to because they get a lot of hate. As you guys can